Hello everyone, I'm Olamide Kajibola and this is a walkthrough of my Chirp API with authentication this time. So we're going to be going to our web server that is deployed on render. So this is not locally. When we try to go to our base URL, we see logged out. Then we can access our API docs. Right. When we do that, we see this wonderful UI that is generated from our swagger.json that we have in our projects folder. Right, and then try the initial get route. Right, it shows us that we're logged out. Right, so that's kind of a problem. When we try to get all chirps, we have access to all of them. Because there's no authentication, there's required to get all chirps. When we try to post a chirp, I'm going to say try it out. Our name is Job. I'm going to say what is going on. You send execute and then we see do not have access. Right, so how do we fix that? We're going to log in. Now this API allows us to log in with GitHub. Right, so we're going to log in and it takes us to GitHub, and then we're just going to put in our username and our email, sign in, and then we're going to use our passkey, continue, save passkey, and verifies and redirected to our application. And we're happy. We're logged in as Chirp Jibola. We can go back to our API routes, API docs, I mean. Then we can test it out again. Try it out. Our name is still Job. And we're going to say same what is going on. Right, we're going to execute. Right, and we're good. 201. And we're going to try something. We're going to reduce his name from Job to Joe. And we're going to, so this is a different chirp now because it's a different chirper name. We're going to execute this time. And we're going to notice that it says validation failed. Chirper name must be at least 3 characters. So we have authentication and validation on this route. Right, and same applies to, okay, not to this. We can get specific route, specific. To get all the chirps, we should see Job's chirp at the bottom there. Yeah, let's get this, copy, execute. Right, so we have Job's chirp here, and then we can edit Job's chirp. So this I'm going to change it to just 2 characters. Something like 2, 3. Let's execute. And you see that there's a field validation. It says children must be 3 characters because we also have validation middleware here on this route, and we can fix that to WhatsApp, execute, and this should work just fine. Great, 200. Right, we can delete Job's chirp from here. Try it out. Let's get his ID. Right, so it's deleted. Chirp deleted successfully. Right, and then we can get all our chirpers. So one cool thing about the application is that anytime we create a new chirp, it automatically creates a chirper document to our collection of chirpers, and we can create a new chirper here manually if we want to. Try it out. I'm going to call it guy. Right, execute. It's created. Then be the specific chirper. This is Job. Right, execute. Then, yep, we got him. We got Job. We can change his name from Job to something else. Change his name to Jacob because we can. Execute. It's updated. Can try getting him again. Execute. Yep, it has been changed. Then finally we can delete Jacob, formerly Job. Execute, and it's deleted. Right, so if we go get all our chirpers again, execute, see that Job or Jacob is no longer there, but we have guy. Right, so all the routes work fine. So we check our code though, we see that if we go to our chirps or chirper middleware, we see it's authenticated. Then we have our validation for the adding and updating. Then we have this middleware, the authentication middleware here on our chirps route, and then we also have it in our chirpers route. Just basically how it works is we have this here that checks our session to see if this user exists, if it is created, right? So if it is undefined, it's going to return this, you do not have access, right? But anytime when we log in with GitHub, right? So if we go to our HPN route or index route, yeah. So when we do login, right, passport authenticate GitHub, this actually takes us to that URL where we can connect our GitHub and then sets our session to an actual user. So by the time it gets to our is authenticated, this is not undefined, so we actually do get access, and then we're able to access all the routes that we need to access, right? And tells us that we're logged in as this as our display name, because in our session.user this object now exists, and then this is the display name, which is the name that shows up, right? And then if we check our controller chipper, we see that there's try and catch around every controller method to catch any errors, right, and handle them appropriately. We have that here, we have that here as well, we have that everywhere, and even our server.js, in case there's any uncut errors, right, so we are listening for any uncut exceptions, and then it logs it to the console. What is this way, right? And what else am I missing? Okay, then now MongoDB cluster can see our two chirpers. You can see our chirpers, you can see our chirps. right? And this is the two collections that we're using, right? This third collection sessions is created as well when we use our authentication, right? So this is to save every session to our database as well for everyone that logs in.